Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Crown Coliseum for the 16th game of the 2024-25 season for both of these teams. Fayetteville rebranding as the Fatbacks tonight, honoring barbecue here in Eastern and Western North Carolina, across the entire state, paying homage through this rebrand. And the Quad City Storm in town for the second straight night. And second game between these two teams of three this weekend, coming off of yesterday's crazy 9-round shootout that ultimately went to the Fayetteville franchise. And the Fatbacks and the Storm get set to begin this one here. Point streaks on the line tonight for the Fayetteville team. Monkovich with 3 straight games with points, 3 goals, an assist, and 4 points on the sheet. Tyler Barrow with a goal, 2 assists in his last 3 games. The 16th game of the season for both teams, the 4th meeting head-to-head so far. This campaign, Fayetteville has taken all 3. They've all been one-shot decisions. And Ryan Nolan got the shootout-winning goal in the bottom of the 9th. Last night, he starts on the right wing side. To his left, Alex Gritz under center, and John Monkovich on the left wing. The draw is won back by Quad City, and we're underway. The Storm bring it in along the near side, and a quick shot in by Sava Smirnov, grabbed by Ryan Kenny. Ryan Kenny leading the league with 9 wins and top 5 numbers, goals against average, save percentage, and a great season, his second as a professional goaltender. Kenny coming over to Fayetteville in a trade with the Pensacola Ice Flyers last season in what has been one of the best deals that the Marksmen have seen of late. Glove down out of the air by Gritz. He'll poke it forward. Monkovich with a lane to the puck. Far corner. Played physically by Johnny Witzke. And the Storm will send it out the far side of their end. Just past the blue line, retrieved by Nolan. Alex Wilkins with a touch to that puck. Nolan dumps his man down to the ice. Falling was Parrish, and here comes Fayetteville. Gritz flops it in past center, turned away by Moran. So no goaltending changes for either side so far in this weekend set. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Bit of a light night around the league tonight. One of just 3 games. And tomorrow, just 1. Puck goes back for Dylan Fournier. Fournier with a couple of penalties in yesterday's game, and we'll watch for number 18 in black and pink tonight as well. Elias Thompson playing in game number 2 for Fayetteville. Yesterday got in a Tilly with Seacos and had 7 penalty minutes on the sheet for his first game in the SPHL, 99 professional games before that. So playing in pro game number 100 for 18, Elias Thompson, and immediate impact player for Fayetteville. Danny Diamond back in the lineup, 9th game of the season, 13 for Fayetteville, and dumped behind the net. Allows that puck to go back to the point. The shot in turned aside rather routinely off the stick of Adam Oya. Oya will chip in, and the marksman with a chance to take this puck out now. Dalton Hunter drifts back, tried to send it away and right into a body. Now Diamond battles for it. Moran gets there. Mike Moran flopped one towards the cage. Bounces back to the face-off dot, and Kenny with the save. Already 3 shots on goal for the Storm, and a crowd gathers in front of that net. You see Panucci involved, having words with Diamond. Chippy game between the two teams yesterday. It's noteworthy as Fayetteville, one of the least penalized teams in the league, and Quad City coming into the weekend with the 10th rated power play and the 10th rated penalty kill in the SPHL. Quad City Storm don't take a ton of penalties, but compared to the Fayetteville Marksmen, they do. And yesterday, Fayetteville's power play was 2 for 3. It's 3 straight games power play goal for the Marksman man advantage. That shot in is turned aside by the left kicker of Kenny. Early on in the season, it was a sore subject for the Marksmen. Their power play was in the bottom of the league for a couple of weeks, but they've worked their way up for Fayetteville. Turned it around. Here's a steal. Monkovich down Main Street. Absolute beauty of a save by Moran, and they try and spring Matson the other way. Matson behind the net now. Offensive ice for Quad City. Taken to the wall, gives to the point. That shot in was blocked. Chasing it down now along the near side point is Ryback. One-timer attempted by Fournier and blocked by Monkovich. Gritz picked up the puck, chipped it in deep. He'll go for a change. Fresh on the ice now for Fayetteville. And tracking behind is Thompson. Into the zone come the Storm. Seacoast couldn't send it towards the top of the crease, and a collision with the net knocks it off of its peg to stop play. 3 minutes, 13 seconds gone from the first period. Took almost the entirety of the first 20-minute set yesterday before a goal was scored. Quad City Storm scoring with just a couple of seconds left in the first period yesterday to jump out to a late lead and take it into the intermission. And the second period opened up for both teams. But we'll see what today brings. Again, all three of the prior matchups between these two clubs earlier on this season decided by just one goal. Busting free was the defenseman Hudson Lambert. Rifled it in, onside grabs, turned aside by the netminder and off the glass behind to the right of Moran. Storm try an outlet, returned right through center ice by Fayetteville. And now Vaughn spins it forward out of the reach of Parody, all the way down the ice for North Carolina Education Lottery icing. We approach 4 minutes gone here from the first period. Second game on this ice here today. Earlier on, 1 p.m. Eastern, Hockey and Fayetteville Celebrity Classic was played. Some Fayetteville Pro Hockey alum as well as some Marksman staff took the ice with fans and gave them an opportunity to skate a lower intensity level than this by quite a bit, but still the ice has been used today, and we'll see if that makes any difference. Looked fine earlier. You never know, and a little bit warmer of a day compared to yesterday as well down south here. All relative, of course. 4 minutes gone from the first period. Tie up on the near boards, and Barrow and the Marksmen get the puck back. Barrow alone in front. Couldn't finish. Has to chase back behind. Playing keep away there. Nicely with him was Wilson. And back to the top of the zone. Quad City takes a half a step out into the center, and they lose the puck to Barrow. Barrow left side. Drifts in down low. Forced behind the net. Looks for a pass up top of the right circle. Ryan Nolan blocked in front and forced to go back to the point for Parody. It was Wilson getting in the way of that shot and blocking it. Didn't allow it to go through. Fayetteville credited with 2 shots early on, and there's a third. Rebound came out of the glove to Love. Right side to Leaf. Point shot in, bounced off of a body, and doesn't get all the way to the net. Safely sent out up through the air from the near side. Sama Smirnov tried to set the pick and got position enough to keep Nolan away from that puck as he tried to dump in and chase after his own clear. Smirnov now out working on Diamond. Diamond in the corner, gives for Wilkins. That puck bouncing in front of the net. Controlled by the Storm. Spin and fire opportunity blocked before it could get to the house. And another chance. Fayetteville clogging lanes in front of Ryan Kenny. Back-to-back opportunities that didn't get on net. Now Fayetteville will go to the penalty kill unless the Storm capitalize on this delayed call. Penalty upcoming to the Marksman. Matson will send in far corner, and Kenny intercepts to control. That'll bring up the first whistle past the halfway, or rather the 5-minute mark, the quarter way of the period. So immediate timeout with 14:21 still to go in this scoreless first period between the Fayetteville Fatbacks and the Quad City Storm. So first look at special teams here this evening. Over 5.5 gone off the clock in period number 1. Quad City Storm 0 for 2 yesterday. And they'll get an early chance to take a lead. Controlling at the point. Witzke went across to Matson. They'll switch spots. Matson, left side. In between the blue and the circle. Gives back up high. And the return pass. Matson walks it to the top of the slot. Near the blue line. Floats one in. Blocked. Didn't get all the way to the net. Taken away by Fayetteville. They'll rifle it down to get a quick change for the penalty killing squad. Ranked first overall in the SPHL. Clicking at over 90% on the season. Monkovic controlling the puck. Slew of bodies all around him, and they'll take it away now. The Quad City Storm re-grab possession and skate up ahead the right side of the ice. Matson walks it in and controls from right to left, stops up top of the zone. Down to his left and up high once more. Shot blocked by Fayetteville. Witzke let it fly. Matson, top of the right circle, he scores. Second time in 2 games that the Quad City Storm are able to find the back of the net from the near side wall. Yesterday, it was in the second period on the other side of the ice. And today, first period goal early on. Power play for the Quad City Storm. And a puck that had eyes. See if that got deflected or not. But a couple of goals in back-to-back nights from the outside of the zone. Rather the perimeter. Not a high danger angle, but a high danger finish on that play. Quad City Storm up 1-0. 13-10 still to go in the first period. Parody tried the give and go. Puck goes to Acosta. Right side for Lambert. Tees it up and into the glove of Moran, who will cover up. 6:59 off the clock in period number 1. Quad City scoring on its 5th shot of the game. Couple of players coming together for a moment. They'll separate now. Fayetteville heavily outshooting Quad City through much of the beginning stages of yesterday's game, at least unofficially on the totals here in the Crown Coliseum. Today outshooting just by 1 early on, but after the first yesterday, it was 18-8 favoring the home team. Quad City, of course, scored first yesterday. Here's an outlet pass onto the stick of Dalton Hunter. He'll bring it in, looks behind, taken down awkwardly into the boards, and back up to his knees. Now he's on his skates, but the puck is grabbed by the Storm. Quad City takes a peek and keeps it going forward. Along the far side, Bertuccio Pereira, 2 goals yesterday for him. The defenseman flops it in, grabbed by Kenny, and no opportunity off of a bouncing puck. So he'll settle it down. 12:21 left to go here in the opening frame. And now, after quite a few shifts already, teams coming together. And Daniel Diamond has been involved in a couple of scrums post-whistle already early today. Storm keep the zone. They'll send it down behind the net. Grabbed by Levesque. Pinned to the wall. And Fournier can't keep the blue line. Long is chasing him. Austin Long with his 5th goal of the season yesterday. That got Fayetteville on the board. Now it looks like another penalty upcoming to the marksman. And yes, a little bit of extra stuff though. Glove thrown by Panucci. He's been in the middle of it already early too. And it looks like Fayetteville lost a glove or lost a stick and ended up using the open hand. So it looked like Fayetteville was going to get a penalty. And now they're putting the Storm in the penalty box. I don't know if they're going to take one each or if this is a power play, and it will be. So Fayetteville gets a power play out of that. It looked like it was going to be another Quad City man advantage, but alas, the Fatbacks go to work on the power play. Again, 3 straight games. That's the second time this season that they've strung together stretches of this kind. Barrow goes to Love. Connects with Nolan. Love to his right. Puck settled by Barrow. Hunter drifts behind the net. Good job to keep the body position by Ryback and not give up the puck so easily. 3 aside, battling beneath the goal line. Extra man out there, of course, for Fayetteville. Nolan gets it to the wall, and they score! Deflected in front, perhaps. And we'll see who gets the goal. The Fatbacks even this game up in a 4th straight game with a power play goal. Dalton Hunter looks to lead the line in front of the bench. And he paints the ice pink here. Dalton Hunter, 8th goal of the season. Shot from the blue line. And a good way to get in front of it. So we will see how that stat reads when the goal is announced. But a tie game. This time didn't take an intermission for Fayetteville to come back. Brent Moran, familiar with that chant. 35 games in a marksman uniform. And now both teams with a goal on 5 shots. Dalton Hunter from Tyler Barrow as it reads. Fayetteville back to work in offensive ice. Keep at the point by Nolan. And chipped in further. Love was down low. Quad City trying to stretch out for Smirnov. Chases down behind the net. Nolan poked the puck free. Next stick to touch it, though, was the counterpart in 11, Houston Wilson. Wilson spinning away from Love. Quad City backdoor chance just wide of the net. Great look there by the visitors. And it went just wide. Off the end glass, still controlled by Quad City. From right point to left, they'll give it back. And Oya's chance is blocked. Fayetteville doing a good job to clog those lanes. Already probably 4 or 5 block shots in this young contest. Save made by Kenny, no rebound given up as we approach the halfway point of the first period. Offensive zone faceoff won by the Storm. Fournier with a chance. Another one that didn't get all the way through to the net. Seacos with a touch. Gives it over. And now back up to the blue line. Off the stick of Lackney. Fournier walks it in. Slap shot. Blocked in front. Looked like by his own man. May have hit Seacos. Punched forward by Acosta, but subsequently touched by Quad City. And the Storm go right back to work up ice. Into the zone for Vaughn. Save made by Kenny. They'll continue to test him in any way that they can. As that first goal found a seam that was hard to do. And a couple more shots from that near side wall in quick fashion. But Kenny doing a good job now to cover up those rebounds. 9:37 to go in the first period, and we're tied 1-1 between the Fatbacks and the Storm. Well, so we're set to resume action. Looked like Ryan Nolan sent the puck back up to the top of the zone for Barrow. So he should get credit for a secondary assist on that marksman goal. Representing the Fayetteville Fatbacks tonight. Newest rebrand joins the Carolina Reapers and the Cape Fear Catfish in the storied history of rebrands here in Fayetteville. Fayetteville Force and Fire Ants honored earlier and yesterday on Hockey in Fayetteville night. And then in that Celebrity Classic earlier on. Happened 5 hours before puck drop for this one. Either team able to get clean possession through center ice. Drop back for Fayetteville. Love springs it off the wall in front and all the way down ice. Thompson ties up his man on the wall. Comes out and backhanded down ice by Panucci and into the Fayetteville bench and out. Back onto the ice, it looked like. So a stoppage with 8:40 to go in the first. After all 10 teams were in action last night, just 3 more games throughout the rest of the weekend. This one, 7:05 Central, puck drop between Huntsville and Evansville. And then tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern between these two teams. That does it for the rest of the weekend. SPHL action before it commences next Friday. 8:20 to go in the opening period. Either side battling along the near side boards at that Fayetteville offensive blue line. They continue to work at it. Thompson pushed it back to Judd. And he gets the dump he was looking for. Allows the change. Onzai and Judd both back to the bench. Storm attempting a stretch pass. It works out for them. And just off the side of the net from Wilson. Still controlling his Quad City. Pass to the slot was broken up by Fayetteville and gloved back through center ice. So whistle goes for the hand pass, and it breaks up the momentum for the Storm. Got a good look in past Fayetteville's defense. Chance for Wilson on that play. Dalton Hunter wins the faceoff, gives it back for Wilkins. He'll chip in. Gloved by Moran, leaves it for his defenseman, and they'll skate it ahead. Off the wall, Vaughn gave it away to Fayetteville as they work to get it back. Barrow then attempted to get one through towards the net. It was intercepted as well. Wilkins jumps in from the point, keeps it alive. Quad City recovers. Jake Vaughn into offensive ice. A change-up on Kenny, and then he gets ran. There's a penalty upcoming to the Storm, and Kenny gets set back in his net. Thankfully, it doesn't look like he's any worse for wear. But Tommy Sikos is going to get called for goaltender interference in the Fayetteville power play. Another opportunity. Before that penalty was taken, though, that crazy rebound that Kenny came out to the top of the crease is what seemingly Quad City has been trying to set up here in this game. It's had success already sending shots from odd angles from the perimeter and create some chaos in front. Definitely did that on the play, but the interference penalty assessed to Sikos. Fayetteville's power play back to work in offensive ice, trying to get the lead in this one. Dalton Hunter keeps away from the pressure. Gives to the point for Lambert. Head fakes, drops down for Hunter. Left side circle. This shot went off of the leg of Oya. Lambert can't control. Takes to the wall, and Quad City isn't able to clear. Kept by Love. Goes to the left side, and that shot well wide. Rims all the way out past center ice. And Love back to his own blue line with 6.5 to go in this first period. 40 seconds off the power play clock. Lambert down low for Nolan. He's wrapped up by Moran. Out front, Love just barely out of his reach, and he'll have to chase through center once again. 65 seconds left in the power play. Tyler Love being pressured by Moran. Gave ahead for Acosta, and he'll leave for Barrow. Barrow stops up. Stick handling away from Moran. Sneaky forecheck on the penalty kill. And Makovic loses it in a crowd. Quad City Storm able to clear down the ice, and they'll kill just more of this power play. 40 seconds to work with now for Fayetteville. Haven't had much in the zone on this chance. Gritz and Makovic trying to change that. Makovic drops it back. Put Acosta in a tough spot to handle. Down low, back up high. Wilkins goes to the far side circle and gets the puck back at the blue line. Alex Wilkins walks it in. A give and go. And they'll take it right to the net. Couple of stuffed chances. Back up top. Monkovic with a slap shot. His stick breaks. And now Fayetteville has to get on the back check. 2-on-1 potentially. And a fantastic recovery by Austin Long. Kenny sent the puck forward. And the next stick to touch it belongs to Witzke. That'll just about do it for the penalty. And Quad City improving to 1 for 2 on the kill as the Storm are back to full strength. Final 5 minutes now of the opening period. Christian Acosta slithers it down low. Inside from the blue line, jumps Leith. And a couple of touches in the corner, frees it for Barrow. He spun and passed it across the width of the ice. Nobody home in black on the near side, and it's a turnover to Matson. Matson walks the blue. Drops it back and gives it right back to Fayetteville. He fed Acosta nicely. Chipped in from the Fatbacks, and they'll go for a change. 4.5 to go in the first. Couple of fours in tight quarters with each other. Long couldn't take it away from Fournier. Flipped back through center ice by Quad City, and Parody returns it from where it came. Moran out of his net, sent up the glass in front of him to his left. Knocked down by Onzai. And to the blue line, into the glove of Moran off of that chance from Hudson Lambert. He scored his second goal of the season yesterday. And he'll still be looking for his third. Moran closes the glove on that. His 9th save on 10 shots on one side. And for the Fatbacks, Kenny with 6 of 7, 1-1 between the Storm and the Fatbacks with 4:10 to go in the first period. Back to the action here, 4:10 to go in the opening frame. Fayetteville Fatbacks in offensive ice. Tie up on the face-off, and the Quad City Storm win it. They have been strong on the dot this weekend so far. And the Storm will enter offensive ice now. Sikos was kept to the outside by Diamond, and those two battle once more. Puck came away for Wilkins and up ahead for Nolan. Attempting to spring Gritz in step. He couldn't get it into the zone. Storm send. Kenny grabs just to be safe and gets the whistle with 3:36 remaining in the first period. Quad City Storm in offensive ice. They bested Fayetteville in 5-on-5 goals yesterday. Fayetteville only able to find one. Here's a great setup by the Storm, but broken up in front. Good defensive recovery by Fayetteville in front. as it looked like it was Leaf and Hunter taking away the stick on the back door. But back to that point. Yes, the power play came through for Fayetteville yesterday. And then a big shootout performance by Ryan Kenny. But really, Fayetteville had done a good job up until yesterday this season of playing 5-on-5 hockey and besting most teams in the league in 5-on-5 goals. Although the Storm getting all 3 of theirs 5-on-5 yesterday, and Fayetteville just able to get 1. Already in this game, we have seen a power play goal for Fayetteville and a power play goal for Quad City. Fayetteville with numbers and offensive ice, and that puck skyrockets out of play. Deflected before it could get clean off the stick of Dalton Hunter. 3:03 to go in the first. Fayetteville's offense tied for 4th place. They averaged 3.3 goals per game. So right on pace yesterday. Meanwhile, the Storm just under 3. So we could expect by looking at that we see a similar stat line tonight. And that one's gloved by Moran. It may have been going wide. Not sure that shot from Acosta would have been in if the netminder wasn't there, but he'll be diligent either way. Stop play under 3 minutes to go in the first. Draw 1 by Fayetteville. Barrow spins it towards the net. Went wide off the end boards to Wilkins. Pushed down low for Hunter. Now Acosta to Barrow in front. He can't connect. A great cleanup by the Quad City Storm captain. He didn't allow 8 in black to get a stick free on it. And here's another chance for him, this time for Seacos. And it's stopped by Kenny. So Seacos all over this shift. Stops a great offensive chance for Fayetteville, who then sets one up for himself. 2:25 to go in the first period. Good pressure by Tyler Love. Rather, that's Alex Wilkins. Dumped it across defensive ice from the corner after winning a physical battle and flipped it down. Not enough to go for icing. And now grabbed back by Onzai. Sent ahead off the boards and returned back around him. Onzai again. Controlling. Judd gets to behind the net. Now Long falling down. The Storm will skate it out. Chipped forward through center ice and knocked down by Panucci. He goes into the corner. Gets some help from Wilson. Wilson behind the net. Out front, just out of the reach of Panucci as his stick was tied up by Love. Mike Moran goes to the left circle. His pass went past Judd. Now they battle for it behind the net. 80 seconds to go in the opening period. Fayetteville gets it behind the cage and sends it up ahead. Long shift here, but here comes Sam Onzai. And he will peel back and look for a change. Onto the bench he goes. And next man over the boards. Fresh legs for Alex Gritz on that attempt as Quad City loses possession at the top of the circle, gathers it back at the bottom of the circle. Last minute of play in the first period. Taken away by Monkovich. 4-on-2 developing for Fayetteville. But Nolan handcuffed on the near boards. Walks it to the slot, takes it up high, pulls it back and fires into some legs. To the point, Nolan controlling, gives to Parody. Parody across for Lambert. Waits, fires, save made by Moran. No rebound given up with 31.1 left in the first period in what has been a solid game for both teams so far, seemingly here through nearly 20 minutes. Quad City Storm out shooting the Fayetteville Fatbacks 11-8. And these two teams tied on power play goals. Face-off shoved forward by Acosta. Now battling for it behind the net with Fournier. Acosta keeping with it. And now out of the zone. Vaughn got a touch. Just 10 seconds left in the first. Fayetteville back to ground behind their net. They'll look to the right. Leaf trying to connect with Hunter. Chips the puck forward. Time running out, though. Quad City tags up, and that'll do it for the first 20-minute set here from the All-American City. 1-1 game between the Storm and the Fatbacks through 20 minutes of play. Shots remain that 11-8. And Thompson still on the ice now, checking his edges, it looks like, as he enters your frame to the right. The rest of the Fayetteville players were taking their time as well, getting to the bench. As intermission set to start here, a little delay as the Quad City Storm bench is having some words with the officials. See there to the top, just to the right of the scoreboard. Not sure what they are discussing, of course, but perhaps of note, as we are through 20 minutes of play from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And let's take a look back at the stats from this one so far. The Quad City Storm 1-for-1 on the power play. That goal reads Matson from Witzke at 6:41. And not quite 2 minutes later then, with Nick Panucci in the box for holding the stick, allowed Dalton Hunter to score on a tip from Tyler Barrow and Ryan Nolan on the power play at 8:30. So those are your goal scorers, Matson and Hunter. Before the end of the frame, Seacoast called for goalie interference, but the Storm were able to fend off the Fayetteville power play and escape the period in that 1-1 tie. And so we'll step aside now and officially begin Fayetteville Marksman intermission report on Fatbacks Night, the newest rebrand in Fayetteville hockey.
Have you been hurt? Tired of feeling sore? Let Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine help you. Since 1973, the doctors and physical therapists at Cape Fear Ortho have remained experts in providing exceptional, experienced orthopedic care. From surgery to physical therapy, we can help you get your body back on the right track to make you feel great again. Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official orthopedic provider of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
The original Club Tales, Cocktails in a Can, is the official malt beverage of the Fayetteville Marksmen. During the 2024-25 season, enjoy 4 unique flavors of Club Tales on the concourse at every Fayetteville Marksmen home game. The goal of the Fayetteville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization is to develop plans that will provide the safest and most efficient transportation while protecting and enhancing the environment. On your way to your next Marksman game, remember, you can walk, carpool, or use the FAST app to track transit system buses. Markey travels green, and you should too, with Vampo. Beer and hockey. Is there ever a better pair that was made? Marksman fans, you can now get Line Brawl Lager, a collaboration with Gaston Brewing Company and the Fayetteville Marksmen at both Gaston Brewing locations and on the concourse at all Fayetteville Marksmen home games this season. The best fans in the SPHL deserve the best beer to pair with hockey.
Stormy works hard to keep your drains clear, but the Stormwater Division needs your help. Markey and the Marksmen know that everyone can do their part to guard storm drains from clogs and debris. For more information, you can go to fayetteville.nc.gov/stormwater or call 910-433-1613 and remember to keep drains clean.
Oh no! Call Mike's Plumbing.
the best, flush the rest. Mike's Plumbing is here to save the day. Doing business and business for it.
Guys, it's fixed.
RWF Home Improvements is your go-to choice for fencing, decking, siding, doors, and more. With over 25 years of design, repair, and installation experience, we're proud to offer the people of the Sandhills quality home improvements with outstanding customer service at competitive rates. If you're planning your next project, give us a call at 910-709-6734 or find RWF Home Improvements on Facebook for your free estimate today.
When you build with Smith Douglas Homes, you'll personalize your home with hundreds of choices in the latest colors, finishes, styles, and options, all on display in our welcome centers. The a la carte selections approach allows you flexibility to focus your budget on areas of the home that are most important to you. Plus, with the interactive online shopping tools, you can try a variety of color palettes and selections in our sample rooms. Visit online at smithdouglas.com or your nearest model home today to learn more. Smith Douglas, where it's your home, your choice, within reach.
The marksmen know how to put waste in its place, and you can too. To know what right looks like, visit FayettevilleNC.gov/solid waste.
If we can, you can.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
Anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Dear Samantha,
Dear James,
I want to say thank you. The hearing loss that I suffered from my time in service was a daily struggle. The VA wasn't providing the help that I needed.
I went to nonprofit VSOs for help navigating the VA disability claims process and got nowhere. That is 2 years without VA health insurance or any other benefits I earned from my term in the service.
But after my first conversation with Veterans Guardian, I found hope again.
The veterans on your team knew exactly how to help, and I would always be thankful.
Window World is a local family business that proudly supports our community.
We're your neighbors living in the towns you call home.
We attend the same schools, local restaurants, and grocery stores.
We proudly support our military, first responders, and St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
We're local professionals and craftsmen.
We're committed to providing training and jobs for the next generation.
We are Window World, supporting your community because it's our community.
The Creative Studio by Jay Renee is proud to partner with the Fayetteville Marksmen for the 2024-25 season. The unique venue at the Creative Studio can be transformed into a podcast studio used for photography and content as well as an event space. Visit thecreativestudiobyj.com to learn more.
Tired of slow internet speeds holding you back? Say hello to RiverTech, your local provider for fast, reliable internet. Stream, game, and surf with zero lag. RiverTech plans start as low as $60 a month with no contract, no installation fees, and no deposit required. Visit rivertech.net to check availability in your area and make the switch today. RiverTech is powered by Lumbee River EMC, your trusted community partner.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Crown Coliseum from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Montclair Elementary School performing, as you may be able to hear them in the background during intermission here tonight. Quad City Storm and the Fayetteville Fatbacks tied at 1 goal aside, the first of 3 straight meetings between these two teams, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the 3-3. Yesterday, it was a 4-3 win for Fayetteville. And for the second straight night, the Quad City Storm have taken a 1-0 lead in this one. But it was a power play goal this time from Leif Matson. 6:41 into the game. We're 0 for 2 yesterday, so already improvements shown by the visitors. And Fayetteville was not able to find the back of the net in the first period yesterday. They did here tonight. Dalton Hunter from Tyler Barrow and Ryan Nolan on the power play. So a pair of power play goals for each of these two teams. And that is how we get to this 1-1 score. Let's take a look at some numbers here for the Fayetteville Marksmen. The record on Saturdays, 5-1 so far this season, and looking to improve and make it 6-1-0 on Sundays already. So looking good through the first 15 games of the season. 10-4-1 record here on the Fayetteville side of things, and tied for second place right now with the Birmingham Bulls. They have the same amount of points, and depending on what happens in the Evansville and Huntsville game later tonight, and if Fayetteville is able to take care of business, they'll control their own destiny and still leave the weekend 1 point back of Huntsville going into next weekend's set, and that is going to be an incredible couple games of hockey. I can guarantee it. That's the matchup that fans have been looking for all year already. We're through about 30% of the season after this weekend, the regular season that is, before we get to the stuff that really matters. And Fayetteville is keeping pace near the top of the league, but really after a couple of tough losses a few weekends ago and got back on track on last Wednesday, and then on Black Friday back into the loss column. It had been a little bit of a rough patch early on here for the Marksmen. They finished last year on a bit of a slide and then won in the last weekend to power them into the playoffs, and that sure didn't help them as they dropped a couple of tough games against Huntsville. So this rivalry that has been building over the last couple of seasons, of course, you see these same teams so many times in a 10-team league, and based on geography, not a ton out of the ordinary against the Huntsville Havoc, but Fayetteville and Huntsville got really scrappy in the games in the series head-to-head last year, and we will see if that continues, especially after the playoff losses that the Marksmen took against the Havoc in 2024 spring postseason, and bring that into next week with them atop the league as well. The top two teams potentially, as Huntsville held on to win 3-2 over Peoria yesterday. A crazy stat line from that as well, as Huntsville was only credited with a total of 12 shots on goal, and they won 3-2 over the Peoria Rivermen. So not a great night for Peoria's stat columns, and losing 3-2 despite outshooting Huntsville. And this is, of course, unofficially, but 42-12. The Havoc were not credited with a shot on goal in the third period yesterday. And they were on the road, so, you know, that can sometimes be an issue, and not questioning the integrity of anything that's going on. But you never know in what happens in a mostly volunteer scenario for off-ice officials. But either way, depending on the sight lines and the fact that there's not video replay, and things like shots don't necessarily get looked at too closely, but still, 28 shots in the first period alone for Peoria yesterday, and then none credited to Huntsville. So that was incredibly lopsided, but the Havoc have been having a stellar season so far. They're in first place, 12-2-2 record, and 8 straight games with a point. They've won 8. They've gotten points in 9 of their last 10. So Fayetteville looks ahead to that matchup next weekend, and it's going to be one to watch. Last year, the Marksmen had Huntsville's number early on. They dropped a few towards the end of the season. But that'll be a real test after this weekend, and towards keeping near the top of the league. Important, always. But next weekend head-to-head, and you have to be able to beat every team, so you don't know who you're going to play by the time mid-April comes around. right now. Maybe not too early to look at the standings. Pensacola Ice Flyers are in dead last. They've only won 4 games out of their first 17. The Quad City Storm, of course, are looking to get back in the right direction as they've just picked up 1 win, although gotten some points, and a big point yesterday against Fayetteville, but only 1 win in their last 10, and currently just 1 point back of Macon for that 8th spot, regardless of that stat line. And it's matchups like tonight that remind you that it doesn't matter where the teams are in the standings truly. By the end of the year, they just need to be at least in 8th. And so a battle for that last spot, at least early on. Pensacola cruising through games. They have 17 played, and they're in the basement of the league. They're really the only team that you'd say doesn't have a great chance if trajectories hold. They've only gotten 26.5% of their possible points this season, whereas Quad City is a little bit more respectable in that front. They're nearly on the same pace as Evansville. It's just that Evansville has played a couple more games, and they'll equal out tonight before the end of this one. And then on the weekend, Evansville still with a couple more games played than the Storm. So we will see what happens. But the Marksmen sitting tied for 2nd place, and the Storm sitting in 9th, 1 point back of Macon for the last playoff spot, are tied in a 1-1 game. And when Fayetteville took to Moline earlier on in this season for that 2-game set, Quad City Storm was the hottest team in the SPHL. And they have been trying to get back on track since. We'll see what happens in the 2nd period. It's anybody's game, 1-1 between the Fayetteville Fatbacks and the Quad City Storm.
Tired of feeling sore? Let Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine help you. Since 1973, the doctors and physical therapists at Cape Fear Ortho have remained the experts in providing exceptional, experienced orthopedic care. From surgery to physical therapy, we can help you get your body back on the right track to make you feel great again. Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official orthopedic provider of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
The original Clubtails, Cocktails in a Can, is the official malt beverage of the Fayetteville Marksmen. During the 2024-25 season, enjoy 4 unique flavors of Clubtails on the concourse at every Fayetteville Marksmen home game. The goal of the Fayetteville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization is to develop plans that will provide the safest and most efficient transportation while protecting and enhancing the environment. On your way to your next Marksman game, remember, you can walk, carpool, or use the FAST app to track transit system buses. Markey travels green, and you should too, with Vampo. Beer and hockey. Is there ever a better pair that was made? Marksman fans, you can now get Line Brawl Lager, a collaboration with Gaston Brewing Company and the Fayetteville Marksmen at both Gaston Brewing locations and on the concourse at all Fayetteville Marksmen home games this season. The best fans in the SPHL deserve the best beer to pair with hockey.
Stormy works hard to keep your drains clear, but the Stormwater Division needs your help. Markey and the Marksmen know that everyone can do their part to guard storm drains from clogs and debris. For more information, you can go to fayetteville.nc.gov/stormwater or call 910-433-1613 and remember to keep drains clean.
Oh no! Call Mike's Plumbing.
Call the best, flush the reds. Mike's Plumbing is here to save the day. Do a business savvy business for it.
Guys, it's fixed.
RWF Home Improvements is your go-to choice for fencing, decking, siding, doors, and more. With over 25 years of design, repair, and installation experience, we're proud to offer the people of the Sandhills quality home improvements with outstanding customer service at competitive rates. If you're planning your next project, give us a call at 910-709-6734 or find RWF Home Improvements on Facebook for your free estimate today.
When you build with Smith Douglas Homes, you'll personalize your home with hundreds of choices in the latest colors, finishes, styles, and options, all on display in our welcome centers. The a la carte selections approach allows you flexibility to focus your budget on areas of the home that are most important to you. Plus, with the interactive online shopping tools, you can try a variety of color palettes and selections in our sample rooms. Visit online at smithdouglas.com or your nearest model home today to learn more. Smith Douglas, where it's your home, your choice within reach.
The marksmen know how to put waste in its place, and you can too. To know what right looks like, visit FayettevilleNC.gov/solid waste.
If we can, you can.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
Welcome back into the Crown Coliseum. 1-1 tie between the Fayetteville Fatbacks and the Quad City Storm here through 20 minutes of play. And to start off this second period, the Storm in offensive ice, trying to get back on top in this game. Let's go Fatbacks chance. Ring out here in the building as Monkovich takes a chance towards the net. And it's gloved by Moran, rather routinely looking. Just 25 seconds have come and gone from this second period. Couple of power play goals, all that's on the board as far as scoring here tonight on rebrand night. The third rebrand in Fayetteville hockey history, at least since the Marksmen took over. Fatbacks join the Reapers and the Catfish, adding to the history of hockey in this town that's existed since the late 1990s, starting out with the Force in 97, 98. And then, of course, the Fire Ants in 2002 and the Marksmen in 17. Here's Acosta with a drive to the net. He's shoved down in on Moran. Now Fournier piling on top of him. Man, oh, man. Acosta's face might be through the ice. And I have a feeling we'll see Elias Thompson answer the bell, as nobody else out there is coming into his aid, as Fournier all over top of Acosta, laying in that net. Always interesting to see what leads to a player having contact with the netminder and what did. Let's take a look back at that. Acosta shoved in by Fournier and then trampled on by number 4 in white. He'll take a seat. And Acosta looks like he has got the attention of the officials as well through all of that. Fans rightfully upset now, as there's some words being had through the penalty boxes. Acosta for Fayetteville, Fournier for Quad City. They continue banter back and forth. They'll sit in those Devis Jolly Law Firm penalty boxes. I would question whether or not these would be offsetting as there was obviously contact from both sides, but I would expect, as it is up on the board currently, that the power play opportunity comes for Fayetteville out of that. As Acosta had fair ice in front of him and took it. He was knocked into the netminder. That's what led to all of that scrum in the crease. So the screen reads, looks like 4-on-4 here on Flow Sports, but it is a Fayetteville power play. So third power play opportunity for the Fayetteville Fatbacks. 2 for 3 yesterday in marksman sweaters. And now we'll see if they can match and go 2 for 3 to take the lead early in the second period here. Tyler Barrow goes to Tyler Love at the point. Return to the left side. Settled down, and the shot in goes wide. Nice setup across the ice as well. Left circle. Chance down low, off the stick of Lambert. Kept behind the net by Nolan, and fed up to the top for Barrow. Barrow cycles it down low for Hunter. Keeps it going for Lambert. Lambert between his legs, behind the back pass to Nolan, to the point, and Love can't hold the blue. Fayetteville will end up killing quite a bit of time here, going back to their own end to retrieve the puck from Kenny. 90 seconds gone from the second period of play, and 45 gone from the power play. Third penalty kill for the Storm. They're 1 for 2, and they get the puck back. Witzke set it up for Matson. Now drops for Parrish. Parrish stretch pass through neutral ice. Matson will drop it back. And a strong penalty kill right here on display by Quad City. They fire it down. Kenny will leave it to the left of his net. And now skidded ahead by Love. 45 seconds left in the power play for Fayetteville. Monkovic gains speed. Up the left side, cuts back bottom of the circle. Looks for a pass option across the ice, right onto the tape of the Storm. It'll be Moran bringing it into offensive ice. And he drops it at the blue line. Fatbacks not able to recover. And now they do. Barrow's pass out of the reach of Monkovic. Skuritz is there, and he chips it in. Just 15 seconds left on the power play, and it's out past Wilkins at the blue line. More time off of this power play chance, and less than 10 seconds now to work with. Drop pass for Lambert. His chance goes wide, and back to even strength go the Storm. 5-on-5 hockey. 3 minutes gone from the second, and a save made by Moran. Storm power play entering tonight at 15.4 and penalty kill at 69.4. Meanwhile, Fayetteville's power play entering in at 17.4% and penalty kill at 91.9. All of those stat lines changed up now, of course. Power play goal for either team in the first period. Fayetteville now 1 for 3 on the man advantage. The Storm 2 for 3 on their penalty kill percentage tonight. Bears let it slide forward. Left side from Matson. Lots of space. Save made by Kenny. Came way out to challenge and cut off the angle. Puck still controlled by the visitors. From the point, a kick stop with the right pad. Came right back to the Storm. And Parrish's second opportunity went wide. Sent in now by Judd. And not able to get back to possessing that puck. Matson across the zone. Another save made by Kenny. That time on Smirnov as he was falling down. And a penalty not called on that play as a Fatback was clotheslined. Fayetteville went down into offensive ice, chipped one on net. But they were looking for a penalty. Officials will likely keep it even. Fournier still in the penalty box. as he was called for a couple. He's currently not on the sheet. I believe Fournier was given double minor for roughing, and Acosta 2 minutes for goalie interference. So he had a man serving with him, and now still not able to come back on the ice. The big defenseman. But 5-on-5 hockey, 16:05 to go in the second period still. And Fayetteville battling behind the net in the O zone. Can't come away with the puck. Skated to the wall by Bartuccio Pereira and taken back by the Fatbacks. Parity chipped it in far side, taken by Hunter. A change-up chance that goes wide to the left of Brent Moran. Cleaned up by Bartuccio Pereira. And a giveaway forced by Fayetteville. Here's Lambert, sends one in. A change-up off the pad. Acosta's dumped down to the ice. And the puck is sent out of play. And we may have another power play upcoming. We'll see if the door opens. And it will. So the Storm send the puck directly out of play from their own end. And Bartuccio Pereira hopes to sit for 2 minutes as Fayetteville with another power play chance. Fourth time up. Looking to go 50% on the evening. Just about 4.5 into this second period. And already a second penalty taken by the Storm that results in a power play for Fayetteville. And Fayetteville wins the draw. Drop back along the wall. Left side point. Love's chance. Save made. Rebound is still out. And right back in on Moran. They'll clear it all the way down to Kenny. "20 seconds have dribbled off the clock on this Fayetteville power play chance. Hudson Lambert brings it in, drops for Nolan. Nolan to the point for Love. Right side now for Barrow. Takes a look, fires it, and nobody in front taking away the eyes. Dalton Hunter was there, but didn't have his angle quite right, as Moran saw that puck all the way through. Fournier now out of the penalty box and back onto the ice at that whistle. 87 seconds remaining on the power play for Fayetteville. And a face-off won by the Storm. Tyler Love holds the blue line. Sends it in. Pad and stick save made by Moran. Flubbed clearing attempt, though. And Nolan chips it right back in behind the net. Gets back to it. Nolan gave for Love. Across on the left side boards and bounced away from Barrow. Just out of the reach of Seacoast. As the Storm were trying to send a man up ice. At the very least, will kill time. Half of the power play now to work with for Fayetteville. 50% of the way to the destination for Quad City. Chipped in by the Fatbacks. And they will chase. Monkovich up top. Sends it off the end wall. Rebounds in a good spot for Fournier, and he'll clear down to center. Wilkins down to one knee. Gives it to the left wing. Fresh on the ice is Alex Gritz. Gritz drops back for Monkovich. Puck in his skates. Continues to battle for it, and back for Wilkins. Man coming toward him. Spins it forward. Good puck movement by Fayetteville. Walking in front. Puck still loose. And cleared out the near side by the Storm. Wilkins at the blue line fires it to the left corner for Acosta. Back up high. Monkovich's chance goes wide. Gritz and long behind the net, working to try and free the puck. 12 seconds left on the power play. Swept back to Monkovich. Wilkins to Monkovich. Another chance from 12, and it goes wide of the net. And Wilkins will flop one towards the far corner. Falls down in the slot. Quad City back to even strength here. Austin Long behind the net. Gives for Gritz. Continues it back to the point. And a good keep by Wilkins. To the left side for Barrow. Spinning away from a couple of whacking sticks. And all the way around the kick plate from the far side to near. Lambert jumped in for a moment, but it's controlled by Quad City. Back to a 5-on-5 play, and they send it wide of the net. Icing. Unforced error by the Storm will keep action in front of the netminder Moran, but they get a chance to breathe now as immediate timeout called here in the building. 13:09 remaining in this second period in this 1-1 tie between Fayetteville and Quad City. 6:51 off the clock here in period number 2. Quad City Storm win the D-zone faceoff. Fayetteville providing some pressure. Fournier gets it out to Seacos. Seacos to his right and across to Moran. They can't connect cleanly. Potential numbers for the Fatbacks. And offside. Dalton Hunter in just a hair over the blue line. And Barrow sent it across to him, but half a stride too late. So they'll stop play, bring it right back in front of the penalty boxes. Fayetteville takes back control of the puck just inside their blue line. Nolan into offensive ice legally this time, but he'll take it back just to be safe. Leaf now fires in. Around the boards. Taken by Fayetteville behind the net. They go for the one-timer, bounces back to the blue line, and Leaf runs some interference. Penalty upcoming to Fayetteville. You're not going to get away with that. And to the penalty box, number 6 will go. The Quad City Storm now with another man advantage opportunity. Their first power play of this second period. So Leaf sent to the sin bin. 12:15 to go in the second period. Prime chance for the Quad City Storm to capitalize and go up back by 1. They've scored on a power play so far tonight. They won't do it on this shift, as Long with a good clear off that face-off win to his right. Onside did the work in the dot, and Long cleared it, but here comes Quad City. Parrish to the wall, and Vaughn couldn't slip by. Kenny fires it dangerously up the wall, but a couple of Storm players run into each other, grabbing for the puck. They get it back now. Matson walks the blue. Save made through traffic by Kenny. Hit the left leg pad. Bounced out. Storm worked to keep possession. To Witzke, right point. Left side, one-timer from Matson. Glove down. Uncontested by Ryan Kenny, and he made it look easy. 11:35 to go in the second period as we get closer to the halfway point. By the time this penalty expires, assuming it goes the full 2 minutes, we will be just 15 seconds from the halfway point in regulation. And this, like the other meetings between these two franchises earlier on this season, a tight one. Storm win the draw, back to the point for Witzke. Takes a shot in, and it looked like it was blocked by Love. Monkovich gets to it in the corner. Couldn't clear cleanly the first time, and Hunter gets it out on second attempt. Monkovich in neutral ice. Stole it away and fired it down. Kills more time, just 50 seconds left on the Storm power play. Matson takes a look. Has a man to his right, streaking in down the middle. It's Fournier. Curls back and goes to the far side wall. To the point. Down low they go. Parrish. Up high. Witzke across. Matson settles. Witzke, the one-timer. Looked like it may have been going wide, but save made by Kenny. They got a pad on it. Another attempt by Witzke. Save made with the stick by Kenny, and out of play it went. Fayetteville netminder picking up his stick and gets a chance to breathe. As do the marksmen, they'll get fresh skaters on the ice. Just 18 seconds left on the power play. Ryan Leaf in the penalty box for interference. And another slap shot by Witzke. That time it changed direction in tight to the goaltender, but went wide. Rather, my mistake. That was Ryback. And it comes back to Ryback. Out comes Leaf, and back to even strength is Fayetteville. 9 seconds removed from the halfway point in the period, and they'll bring the draw out to center ice, looks like. Back skating with the puck, Bartuccio Pereira goes across to his D partner and gets the puck back. Gets around Nolan, backhands the puck in deep. First one there will be Lambert. Takes a hit, keeps the puck for his team. And now the Storm give it away as they stole it for a moment. Leaf chipped it in. First one there, Oya, and off of his stick. Confusion was forced by Gritz. Puck rolled in on towards the crease. And Moran grabs. 9:36 to go in the second period. Step aside for just a moment. Quad City Storm out shooting the Fayetteville Fatbacks unofficially 17-16. Locked in a 1-1 tie. That's where we've been since halfway through the first period. Fayetteville in offensive ice. They win the face-off. Shot by Wilkins. Redirected before it could get to its intended target, the net. Taken now to the right of Kenny and couldn't be out from behind the net by Fayetteville. Turned over to Quad City. Storm carry near the top of the zone. Backhanded by Lackney. And a change-up shot. They score. Jake Vaughn with his first goal of the season. And Fayetteville falls down by a goal yet again. Vaughn on loan to Quad City in game number 2 with the Storm and gets goal number 1. Has a goal and 5 points for Port Huron in the Fed this year. Nearly given away in front of the net by Fayetteville, and they take away that fantastic chance that was upcoming. They'll be guilty of a North Carolina Education Lottery icing. All of a sudden, the Storm able to keep Fayetteville off the board before jumping ahead. Goal announced here in the building is Vaughn from Lackney and Witzke at 10:53. The go-ahead goal by the Storm. Fayetteville will try and get it back now. Dump attempt up ice. Sent further along by Quad City, along their blue line in front of the bench. Parity wraps up Smirnov. Off the end wall, Fournier winds up and passes it down low. Matson skated it up high, went to the right side, and a fan chance from Witzke. Matson gets to it. To the point once again, Witzke with a windup. Blocked by Long. Thompson tracking down the puck. Won't settle. Quad City trying to find a lane towards the net. Parrish nearly did. And a good block. Once again, looked like by Nick Parody. Still has a man wrapped up in the slot. It was Smirnov together with him. And here comes Fayetteville. Hunter couldn't slip by his man. Rather, that was Monkovich. And to the point. Out to center ice. Love holds the center line, and then Leith gave it back to him at his own blue line. Gritz takes a hit to make a play up to Monkovich. Trying to walk in, forced to behind the net. 7.5 to go in the second period. Storm up 2-1 over the Fatbacks. Top of the left circle, a wind up. Save made by Moran. Sounded like it hit him in the stick. And offside play. Nolan didn't seem to hear that, so he went and took a rush for the puck. Didn't get there, but they blow the whistle on the delayed offside. 7:18 to go in this second period, and another neutral zone face-off upcoming. Wow, so they are saying that it was an intentional offside play. Looked like it wasn't an icing. Nolan not coming back after giving the warning for offside, and as a result, they bring the draw all the way back down to the left of Kenny. Acosta finds Hunter, and then onto the stick of Barrow. He did a one-touch over to his left, but nobody home in black, and it's taken away by Quad City. Physicality forced by Hunter. Trying to take the puck back. Comes to Barrow. Yet again, passes it directly to a white sweater. A couple of giveaways on this shift back-to-back by 8. Vaughn connects up ice. Sikos chips in, chasing down his puck. Dalton Hunter gave him the angle. And now off of Smirnov and out to center. Storm can't connect along that center line and bring it in offside, but don't touch. And pushed all the rest of the way up and out by Acosta as he'll look to get a line change with 6:25 to go in the second period. Looks like the Storm are going to get called for icing. And it has been quite a bit of momentum for Quad City recently. 6:22 to go in the second period. Fayetteville looking for an opportunity to tie, and they can capitalize on a Storm icing to at least get them toward that net of Moran. Moran was on fire yesterday. Stat line getting credit for 40 saves, including stopping 7 of 9 in the shootout. And currently today, just 15 saves for him on 16 shots. So Fayetteville not able to get the puck to him as much as yesterday. We're nearly through the second period, and Fayetteville has fewer shots right now than they did through first 20 minutes yesterday. Leith, puck behind the net. Goes up the boards for Monkovich. And further along, but rolled away from Nolan. Couldn't play it cleanly. He'll decide to go back on the chase. Ryan Nolan sitting in front of that net and goes behind, but Fournier keeping the puck away from him. He'll change now. That spot is taken by Judd. And Judd collects the puck in neutral. Sends it ahead. Long now, forcing the issue in the corner. Judd gets there to help out, but it's the Storm. Give the puck away. Wilkins to the left point. And Fayetteville flops one in. Never got to the net. Off the stick of Judd. Diamond pinches in front of his bench. Shoves the puck in deep. Behind the net to settle it there is Moran. Under 5 to go in the second period. And the Storm shoot it all the way down. Looks like it'll go to the right of the net, but no icing called on this play. Couple of bodies, one from each team. Close enough, they say, to play it. Although, the same can't be said for Fayetteville. They're guilty of icing now. And the Storm go back to offensive ice after this timeout. Draw upcoming in front of Kenny. The Quad City Storm up 2-1 over the Fayetteville Fatbacks. 4:34 left in period number 2. Back to the action here at the Crown on a Saturday night in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Quad City Storm up 2-1 over the home team. The second of 3 straight nights of hockey between these two franchises. Acosta and Barrow providing some speed for Fayetteville to bring the puck in, and there's a high sticking penalty upcoming. Dalton Hunter got Wood up in the face of a Storm. And it looked like it was Lackney who fell down. And it looks like it may be 4. High sticking the call. See if it's a double minor or just 2 minutes. Thought originally the referee put out 4 fingers, and there was a 2-minute up there. Now it's gone. I have a feeling that's what the case is here, late stages of the second period. Well, now it just reads 2 minutes, although discussion being had between the officials and Lackney. Quad City's bench frustrated at the officials. Linesman going over back to the bench with Lackney, and now Parrish speaking to the referee inside the zone. And they will discuss now, the referee and a linesman. This will be the 3rd power play chance of the evening for the Quad City Storm. They scored on their first and were shut down on their second. And now it is a double minor up on the board. So 4-minute penalty to Dalton Hunter for high sticking. So 4 minutes, 12 seconds on the game clock for period number 2 as the waves started here in the Crown during that long delay. And 4 minutes on the board for Dalton Hunter. Just 12 seconds separate the period clock from the penalty clock, unless the Storm score. Up by 1. Lots of time to try and extend that lead for Quad City, and for the best penalty kill in the SPHL, they'll try and stop that from happening. Here's a steal by Smirnov, right side circle, going far side. Kenny with the stop, and the marksman able to get the clear. Storm attempting to bring it back in, taken away by Long, and sent down the other way. Good penalty killing by Fayetteville, as nearly 25% of the way through this double minor to Dalton Hunter. Puck cleared again by Fayetteville. This time they'll have a chance to create something from it. Ryan Nolan shorthanded. Shot goes wide of the net. Good work by John Monkovich. 1 man on 5 in the corner. And now 1 for the Storm. Peels back, so just 4, but killing clock right there. Excellent penalty killing by 12. Parity takes it and sends it down the length. 30 seconds until that first penalty comes off the board. Storm go to Moran and skated it right into traffic. Leaf chipped it towards the blue, but not out. It's kept in by Quad City. Seacoast in front. Kenny jumped on it and gets the stop. 2:08 left in the Dalton Hunter penalty. Kenny Chance started up from the crowd here, showing love to their starting goaltender. Top goaltender in the SPHL in goaltending categories and leading the league in wins with 9. Two minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the second period. And now just 1:50 left to kill. Puck stolen by Nolan, but couldn't get possession. Seacoast with a slap shot, redirected back to the right circle. Wilson fanned on the pass down low, but kept the puck with him. Moran then closed in on by Love. Monkovich has his stick in that battle, tried to sling it back. Fournier keeps the blue line. Puck grabbed by Fayetteville and the penalty killers. 80 seconds left to kill. And they send it down the length yet again. Quad City building up speed again on the rush. The entry works out along the wall, but taken now by Fayetteville and around, gloved by Quad City behind the net. Witzke goes across to Smirnov. Smirnov creates separation, drops it for him. Towards the net, in the slot. Puck broken up. Last minute of play in the second period. Cleared down the length by the penalty-killing Fayetteville squad. 50 seconds now on the clock for the period. 35 to kill. Witzke gains speed, brings it in, and he's checked off of the puck as Nolan got back into the zone. Took another run at him. Matson to the right side circle. It exploded off of Smirnov's stick. And another one. Fayetteville's defense playing catch with Brent Moran. And just 13 seconds left to kill on the double minor. Fournier up ahead, past the logo at center. Moran, they enter. Legal zone entry. And gloved by Moran. That time it came out. Offside play. The whistle comes. And the marksman back to full strength. A huge 4-minute penalty killed late stages of the second period to stay within one of the Quad City Storm. They drop the puck in front of the Quad City bench. And mere seconds left in the second period. And that play whistled on the icing with 0.2 of a second left on the period clock. And they will, looks like, let the time dribble down maybe. Nope. 5 aside on the ice, center. And just to make it official, puck goes down, period ends. And the Quad City Storm with the only goal in that second period. Jake Vaughn's first of the season as a Storm from Lackney and Witzke at 10:53. And that is the difference maker so far. Well, Fayetteville was up by a goal through 40 minutes yesterday, and Quad City tied it early in the third. Quad City Storm up by a goal through 40 minutes tonight. We will see what the third period of action holds. But for now, we'll step aside and begin this intermission report.
Have you been hurt? Tired of feeling sore? Let Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine help you. Since 1973, the doctors and physical therapists at Cape Fear Ortho have remained experts in providing exceptional, experienced orthopedic care. From surgery to physical therapy, we can help you get your body back on the right track to make you feel great again. Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official orthopedic provider of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
The original Club Tales, Cocktails in a Can, is the official malt beverage of the Fayetteville Marksmen. During the 2024-25 season, enjoy 4 unique flavors of Club Tales on the concourse at every Fayetteville Marksmen home game. The goal of the Fayetteville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization is to develop plans that will provide the safest and most efficient transportation while protecting and enhancing the environment. On your way to your next Marksman game, remember, you can walk, carpool, or use the FAST app to track transit system buses. Markey travels green, and you should too, with Fampo. Beer and hockey. Is there ever a better pair that was made? Marksman fans, you can now get Line Brawl Lager, a collaboration with Gaston Brewing Company and the Fayetteville Marksmen at both Gaston Brewing locations and on the concourse at all Fayetteville Marksmen home games this season. The best fans in the SPHL deserve the best beer to pair with hockey.
Stormy works hard to keep your drains clear, but the Stormwater Division needs your help. Markey and the Marksmen know that everyone can do their part to guard storm drains from clogs and debris. For more information, you can go to fayettevillenc.gov/stormwater or call 910-433-1613 and remember to keep drains clean.
Oh no! Call Mike's Plumbing.
Call the best, flush the reds. Mike's Plumbing is here to save the day. Do a business and do this for it.
Guys, it's fixed.
RWF Home Improvements is your go-to choice for fencing, decking, siding, doors, and more. With over 25 years of design, repair, and installation experience, we're proud to offer the people of the Sandhills quality home improvements with outstanding customer service at competitive rates. If you're planning your next project, give us a call at 910-709-6734 or find RWF Home Improvements on Facebook for your free estimate today.
When you build with Smith Douglas Homes, you'll personalize your home with hundreds of choices in the latest colors, finishes, styles, and options, all on display in our welcome centers. The a la carte selections approach allows you flexibility to focus your budget on areas of the home that are most important to you. Plus, with the interactive online shopping tools, you can try a variety of color palettes and selections in our sample rooms. Visit online at smithdouglas.com or your nearest model home today to learn more. Smith Douglas, where it's your home, your choice within reach.
The Marksmen know how to put waste in its place, and you can too. To know what right looks like, visit fayettevillennc.gov/solid waste.
If we can, you can.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Dear Samantha,
Dear James,
I want to say thank you. The hearing loss that I suffered from my time in service was a daily struggle. The VA wasn't providing the help that I needed.
I went to nonprofit VSOs for help navigating the VA disability claims process and got nowhere. That is 2 years without VA health insurance or any other benefits I earned from my term in the service.
But after my first conversation with Veterans Guardian, I found hope again.
The veterans on your team knew exactly how to help, and I would always be thankful.
Window World is a local family business that proudly supports our community.
We're your neighbors living in the towns you call home.
We attend the same schools, local restaurants, and grocery stores.
We proudly support our military, first responders, and St. Jude's Children's Hospital.
We're local professionals and craftsmen.
We're committed to providing training and jobs for the next generation.
We are Window World, supporting your community because it's our community.
The Creative Studio by Jay Renee is proud to partner with the Fayetteville Marksmen for the 2024-25 season. The unique venue at the Creative Studio can be transformed into a podcast studio, used for photography and content, as well as an event space. Visit thecreativestudiobyj.com to learn more.
Tired of slow internet speeds holding you back? Say hello to RiverTech, your local provider for fast, reliable internet. Stream, game, and surf with zero lag. RiverTech plans start as low as $60 a month with no contract, no installation fees, and no deposit required. Visit rivertech.net to check availability in your area and make the switch today. RiverTech is powered by Lumbee River EMC, your trusted community partner.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Crown Coliseum from Fayetteville, North Carolina, where the Quad City Storm have taken a 2-1 lead over the Fayetteville Fatbacks. The rebrand night here in Fayetteville this season, and the third such in marksman history, though tonight has not been so kind to the Fayetteville faithful here in the building, as the Quad City Storm have scored first for a second straight night, answered by Fayetteville. Dalton Hunter scoring from Tyler Barrow and Ryan Nolan. But in the second period of play, despite power play time and quite a bit of it for both teams, an even strength goal. Jake Vaughn's first for Quad City. Lucas Lackney and Johnny Witzke with the helpers on that goal just past the halfway point in the middle period. And that's the difference maker in this 2-1 game thus far. Fayetteville looking to try and capitalize on momentum grabbed, though, from a 4-minute penalty kill. 4-minute penalty kill with 4:12 left in the second period. Shots through 40 minutes of play favoring the visitors, 20-16. And that's where we stand now. Both teams 1 for 3 on the power play. Out of town, Evansville and Huntsville looking to drop the puck here in just a moment. In the last game of the weekend, tomorrow, these two teams meet on Salute to Service Sunday, presented by Soldiers First Real Estate. If you are local to the area and looking to get out, 3 p.m. puck drop. Sundays have been great for Fayetteville so far this season, and we will look for that to continue as the Salute to Service program presented by Soldiers First is such a fantastic initiative, allowing local businesses to send troops and retired service members and veterans all out to games for free with their families. And we got to listen to this. I think they're doing hog calls here in the building. zero idea if that sounded like a hog call. Have to admit, this Yankee from the Great Lakes region of the country has little to no experience in hog calling. However, fantastic marksman season ticket holder David Probus got the love of the crowd on that one, and another participant here showing off their hog calls in what is truly a Southern skill. Well, we're cruising through intermission here, and again, we will take a look, as we often do, at the upcoming schedule for the Fayetteville Marksmen and the Quad City Storm as well. As for Fayetteville, they will cruise through the month of December, looking to play some important hockey, bring in the second half of the season in early January. We finish off, of course, this weekend set tonight and tomorrow afternoon before visiting the Huntsville Havoc in the first of 3 meetings of the month between Huntsville and Fayetteville next Friday and Saturday at Roto-Rooter Ice. And then back home against Macon for a couple. Macon Mayhem have not done great so far this season across the board. However, they have done pretty darn well against Fayetteville, including 3 wins. 3 of their 6 wins have been against Fayetteville. And so the Marksmen will try and stop that trajectory from holding December 20th and 21st here at the Crown before heading to Knoxville for a couple of games and then back here on a crazy 3-3 with travel. Fayetteville visiting the Ice Bears December 26th, 27th in Knoxville before traveling home and then playing Huntsville the next evening on December 28th. Here before finishing off December with a game in Roanoke on New Year's Eve, and a ridiculous travel stretch of season finishes off up north when Fayetteville will be visiting Peoria on January 3rd and finishing off a 3-3 again, including this Quad City team on January 4th and 5th up at Vibrant Arena. So this season series will become final on January 5th. That will finish up the 7 meetings between the two teams this year. Fayetteville with a 12-4-1 record in the all-time series between the Storm and the Marksmen, although Fayetteville only able to come away with 1 win last year, including a 3-game sweep of the Marksmen by the Storm last February in what was a crazy couple of games and included a 4-goal comeback by Quad City. That included Ronnie Salmon-Kangas in net for Fayetteville. It was his professional hockey debut, and very interested to see whether or not Ronnie will be in the net tomorrow afternoon. Not sure if Bo Pitt will be the decision either from Fayetteville, although always interesting to see if a goaltender will go 3 straight days with games. So I would expect to see Salmon-Kangas and Bo Pitt in the cages tomorrow, but won't know for sure. We still have 20 minutes of action at least until we can figure all that out and look forward to tomorrow. So we'll leave you here and finish up the intermission on the other side of this break. 3rd period hockey between the Storm and the Fatbacks.
Have you been hurt? Tired of feeling sore? Let Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine help you. Since 1973, the doctors and physical therapists at Cape Fear Ortho have remained experts in providing exceptional, experienced orthopedic care. From surgery to physical therapy, we can help you get your body back on the right track to make you feel great again. Cape Fear Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official orthopedic provider of the Fayetteville Marksmen.
The original Club Tales, Cocktails in a Can, is the official malt beverage of the Fayetteville Marksmen. During the 2024-25 season, enjoy 4 unique flavors of Club Tales on the concourse at every Fayetteville Marksmen home game. goal of the Fayetteville Area Metropolitan Planning Organization is to develop plans that will provide the safest and most efficient transportation while protecting and enhancing the environment. On your way to your next Marksman game, remember, you can walk, carpool, or use the FAST app to track transit system buses. Markey travels green, and you should too, with Vampo.
Beer and hockey. Is there ever a better pair that was made? Marksman fans, you can now get Line Brawl Lager, a collaboration with Gaston Brewing Company and the Fayetteville Marksmen at both Gaston Brewing locations and on the concourse at all Fayetteville Marksmen home games this season. The best fans in the SPHL deserve the best beer to pair with hockey. Stormy works hard to keep your drains clear, but the Stormwater Division needs your help. Markey and the Marksmen know that everyone can do their part to guard storm drains from clogs and debris. For more information, you can go to fayetteville.nc.gov/stormwater or call 910-433-1613 and remember to keep drains clean.
Oh no! Call Mike's Plumbing.
Call the best, flush the reds. Mike's Plumbing is here to save the day. Do a business St. Petersburg.
Guys, it's fixed.
RWF Home Improvements is your go-to choice for fencing, decking, siding, doors, and more. With over 25 years of design, repair, and installation experience, we're proud to offer the people of the Sandhills quality home improvements with outstanding customer service at competitive rates. If you're planning your next project, give us a call at 910-709-6734 or find RWF Home Improvements on Facebook for your free estimate today.
When you build with Smith Douglas Homes, you'll personalize your home with hundreds of choices in the latest colors, finishes, styles, and options, all on display in our welcome centers. The a la carte selections approach allows you flexibility to focus your budget on areas of the home that are most important to you. Plus, with the interactive online shopping tools, you can try a variety of color palettes and selections in our sample rooms. Visit online at smithdouglas.com or your nearest model home today to learn more. Smith Douglas, where it's your home, your choice, within reach.
The Marksmen know how to put waste in its place, and you can too. To know what right looks like, visit fayetteville.nc.gov/solid waste.
If we can, you can.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
See for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Dear Samantha,
Dear James,
I want to say thank you. The hearing loss that I suffered from my time in service was a daily struggle. The VA wasn't providing the help that I needed.
I went to nonprofit VSOs for help navigating the VA disability claims process and got nowhere. That is 2 years without VA health insurance or any other benefits I earned from my term in the service.
But after my first conversation with Veterans Guardian, I found hope again.
The veterans on your team knew exactly how to help.
Third period set here between the Fayetteville Fatbacks and the Quad City Storm. Fayetteville looking to even the score after a second period goal by Vaughn made it a 2-1 Quad City Storm lead, and that is where we've been stuck for around 10 minutes of play. Nolan loses the puck inside the zone. Parrish swept it to his right for Sava Smirnov. the former Roanoke Rail Yard dog, now boxing out on Love. Love takes him down, and Fayetteville maybe getting away with a penalty there as the Fatbacks now stop up top of their zone and send it up ice. Nolan chipped the puck in. Monkovich will chase. Along the hash marks, Gritz freed it from the wall, out of the reach of Monkovich and Acosta. And down ice, off of a Quad City stick. It'll come back on icing just 47 seconds into this final regulation frame. Ozone draw to the left of Moran. Puck goes down, and it's won by Quad City. Storm trying to bust out on the far side of the zone. Ran into a couple of Fayetteville bodies near the blue line, but on second attempt can get it out past center ice and chip it in further. Now in neutral territory, swept away from the stick of Dalton Hunter. Vaughn and Parody collided with each other, and the puck was freed for a moment. Taken by Lackney. He's wrapped up by Hunter. And the puck taken by Sikos. Throws it back behind the net for Lackney. Angle cut off by Fayetteville, but controlled still by Quad City. Vaughn at the hash marks. We'll leave it there. Board battle begins. And taken away from the hash marks to the top of the circle and out of the zone now by the Fatbacks. Acosta gets past center ice and will chip it in. Minute 45 gone from the third period of play. Here in Fayetteville, Quad City Storm take it out of their zone. Fournier gets past center ice and rifled in from the left side wall. Rimmed all the way around for Austin Long and out to neutral territory. Judd dropped it back for Long. Takes a lane to the net, walked it in, and ran out of room. Wilkins off the side of the cage. He was hoping for Long. The defenseman will peel back and go toward his point as Judd sends it behind the net for Long. Long to Judd, slips it past for Diamond. His chance stopped by Moran. Daniel Diamond in a bid for his first professional goal. Puck comes out past the blue line and fired back in by Long on the shift change for Fayetteville. 2.5 now off the clock here in period number 3. Fast-moving period. Swept across the blue line and out of the reach of its intended target, but recovered. Smirnov now into offensive ice. Sent it across the slot. And Nolan wrapped up his man. Wouldn't let the stick on puck. Smirnov back to it. Matson now right circle. Went for far side. And nothing going there. Puck bounced right back toward him. Taken by Monkovich. Up ahead now for Gritz. Nolan behind the defense. Ahead of him. Gives the puck to Nolan. He'll leave it there along the boards. Bit of an odd play there. As Smirnov gets it back into offensive ice for Quad City. Then Parody is shoved down. It looks like they got him up high. Lambert grabs the puck for the Fatbacks. Alex Gritz chips in from center ice. Lambert chasing. The defenseman chipped it to the far side. Acosta behind the net. Sends it up the left wall. Lambert across the ice. Slot shot. They score! Gritz with the tip in front off of Barrow. And we've got a tie game yet again. So a couple of deflect goals finding their way past Brent Moran tonight. And that is what it has taken for the Fayetteville Fatbacks. Back to a tie game. Third time this weekend. Brock rolled in on Kenny from the offensive blue line of the Quad City Storm, and they will get an O-zone draw upcoming. Dalton Hunter on the faceoff, can't find the decision. Storm win the draw, they score. As quick as the game is tied, the tie is broken. Witzke let it fly from the near boards. And not sure if it hit off of anything, but he will lead the line in front of the Storm bench. Mere seconds after Alex Gritz tied this game. Gritz tying it at 3:34, and Witzke getting it back at 3:45. Just 9 seconds between those two goals, and the Storm back on top, 3-2. Wilkins chips in from center. Play to the wall, and he gets it back. Alex Wilkins dodges the hit, keeps going forward. Puck laying along the kick plate. It's freed for a moment. Wilkins kept going, lost his stick, and will go and get another one from the bench. Wilson behind the net. Fresh off of the Quad City goal. Hudson Lambert with the secondary assist on Gritz's 2-2 goal, as it's announced here in the building. Gritz to the front for Monkovic. He scores! Tie game, 3-3. And John Monkovic with his 10th goal of the season. Point streak to 4 games and creeping towards the league lead in Lamplighters. Number 12 is having himself a year. Couldn't have asked for a more exciting series through 2 games. Still 15 minutes to go in this one, in regulation alone, and a whole game tomorrow. Both of these clubs showing that they can battle back. Here's Tyler Barrow. Tried for some room upstairs, and off of its mark, a big hit up high as Matson came in and dumped, it looked like Acosta down to the ice. Checked his face as that was a high hit. And then long shoved down into the boards. We'll see if 18 comes over for Fayetteville. Try and police this one. Storm with a couple of back-to-back big hits. Not necessarily dirty, although that first one looked like it was a bit high. Now some friendly fire. Monkovic goal announced here in the building. And missed the assist announcement, so we'll look back and see on that. Looked like Gritz had chipped it over. 6 minutes gone from the third period. 3-3 game between the Fatbacks and the Storm. And that puck went into the Fayetteville bench and back onto the ice. So following that whistle and the puck out of play, they motion for the media timeout. Exactly 6 minutes gone from this third period. And we'll step aside. fans with free tacos, courtesy of El Cazador for the second straight night. After that one, puck to the blue line, and the shot in deflected before it could get on net. 3-3 in the third period. That's where we were yesterday. That pass by the Fayetteville defenseman missed everyone, but they waved off the delayed icing. And then Lambert lost control for a moment. Another pass that missed its mark, but no icing. They waved it off again. Monkovic and Gritz in the corner battling. Trio of Storm right there. Fournier gets the puck ahead. Now Matson skates it out past center ice. Poked away from his stick by Nolan. And Leith forces a turnover in neutral. Gritz gets the puck back from Love. Alex Gritz, a couple of points in this period. Feeds Acosta, who takes a shot in. Fought off by Moran. Leith jumped in. Kept the play alive at the point for Love. His shot never got on net. And out comes Quad City. 7:15 gone from the third period as we get closer to the halfway point in this tie game. Matson knocked down Love behind the net. Puck is carried by Parrish at the blue, across for Witzke, and he can't keep the zone. Out it comes, and the Storm back skate. Quad City gives it away just outside the blue line. Acosta tags up, and now Barrow can go forward. Tipped off of his stick by Diamond, and Barrow peels back for a line change as here comes Quad City. That shot from well far out off the stick of Panucci and angled up and out of play. Nearly 8 minutes gone from the third period. Quad City Storm credited with 22 shots on goal, and the Fayetteville Fatbacks with 20 at this point in time. D-zone draw one by Fayetteville. And they'll send it up ahead along the boards. Long in a race and gets to that puck. Met Savioki in stride. And they worked for it in the corner. Mike's Plumbing and company on that ice suite, getting up close and personal with the action. And it comes right back in front of them. Fayetteville takes back control of the puck along the wall and promptly lose it to Quad City. Nolan got help from Gritz to get it in the zone. Gritz keeping away from Moran. Over to the wall for Monkovic. Chased out, but he got the puck down low for Nolan. Ryan Nolan makes a cut, looking for room at the top of the net and didn't find it. All the way out, off the redirect now. Wilkins at his own blue line. Give it ahead for Monkovic. He tied the game most recently. Quad City all the way down as the outlet pass doesn't connect, and it'll come back on icing. 9 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock here in this one. Face-off was kept inside the zone, but Fayetteville had to retreat now through center ice. They chip it back in. Settled and off the boards. Storm not really looking like they had a plan right there. Fayetteville dumped it in, and Fournier will try and skid it out this time. 10.5 to go in the third period in this tie game. Vaughn got the puck over the line in offensive ice, chipped it in. Kenny attempted to get it out along the far side, and now the teams battle for it. Sharp angle shot from behind the net, fought off by Kenny. Barrow gets past center ice and dumps in. Both teams with some fresh legs on the ice now as Parrish carries it ahead. He's hauled down. No arm up in the air. Past the halfway point of the third period. Lambert over the line. Gives to Long. And his dump in was blocked in tight by Seacoast. Here's a break for Wheelan Parrish. Check that. It was Leif Matson. Matson has the puck along the wall in some skates. And now slapped out by Fayetteville. Fatback still chasing. Brought in again by Smirnov. Off the glove of Parody. And he battles for it. Smirnov, one-timer, goes wide. Quad City jumps in from that far side point. And Fayetteville gets to the puck behind the net. Hash marks for Long. Send it ahead. Here's Judd. 1-on-2 for Judd. His shot turned away by the stick of Moran. Follows it to the wall and not able to send it down low. Storm get it out of the zone and lose it through center. Diamond ahead for Gritz. Has men all over him in Storm jerseys, and he hauls down the opposition. And no call again here on that play. Gritz battling down low, and here comes Quad City. Able to exit now. Panucci. He goes to the net, as it was Moran who brought it in. And then Panucci knocked down behind the net. Wilson stepped into by Wilkins. Monkovich dumps Wilson. Puck to the point. Shot in. Change up. Big rebound off the pad. And it comes out for Gritz. How is that not holding the stick penalty? My goodness. Diamond had no way to get that stick back. As Quad City's skater laying on the ice. There was Panucci right there, finally getting back into the play. The reason he was so tardy to the party was because he had Diamond's stick and wouldn't let it go. 8:05 left in the third period. And this game loosening up here. Fournier walking all the way from coast to coast. And the puck off the side of the net. Kenny put the trapper on it and will get the whistle. So both teams looking a little sloppy as of late. But the stoppage will bring up a chance to reset with 7:54 left in the third period in this tied 3-3 game between the Fayetteville Fatbacks and the Quad City Storm. Quad City Storm shot in from the left circle, saved by Ryan Kenny. And they'll present the moment of the game here in the building. Yesterday, it was the Elias Thompson fight. And tonight, the goal that got Fayetteville on the board. Dalton Hunter's tip in front off of Tyler Barrow's shot back in the first period. Been 2 more goals for Fayetteville since then and 2 more for Quad City. The Storm not allowing the Fatbacks out of their zone cleanly. Matson to Witzke. His chance blocked by Leith. Down in a prone position. Push the puck ahead for Love. Tyler Love gains center ice and shovels it in. Moran leaves behind his net for Savioki. And stretched all the way down to the Fayetteville blue line. Wilkins gets to it, 7:15 to go in the third period. Stretch pass all the way down, just inside of the Quad City zone. And it was collected and sent back up by Ryback. Monkovich got a touch to it. And now to the left side for Parody. Back up high, Wilkins. Right side on the change-up. They feed the slot for Nolan, and it rolled away from him. Went behind the net to try and get back to that puck. Grits couldn't help out either. And Nolan looking to collect it in front of the Quad City bench. Knocks down his man. Matson has it for Quad City. Offensive ice. Save made on Ryback by Kenny. 6:35 to go in the third period in this tie game. A rolling puck down towards the goal line. Does not have enough to go for icing. And it's nearly given away by Quad City. Barrow and Fayetteville couldn't capitalize. Got a touch to it at the blue line. Across the zone they go. And a big stop made by Morin on Lambert. Love down by Love. They set it across. Fayetteville play like they're on a power play right now. Dalton Hunter with a chance. Stopped by Morin. Body language had him looking like he wasn't completely sure where it was, but sound positioning by the Quad City netminder. And he keeps this tied with 6:06 left in the third period. Morin moving for that opportunity. Didn't get all the way to him. Now within the final 6 minutes of the third period. Kenny keeps the puck moving up the far wall. Mike Morin got a touch to it. Blocked by Fayetteville. And out it comes for Monkovich. 1-on-2 at the defense. And quickly closed in on by Bertuccio Pereira. Witzke then found Morin. And he'll get past center ice. Mike Morin over the line. Sent it behind the net. And Wilkins takes back from him. And long in a race, but they say that Savioki gets there first, so it's whistled dead on the icing. 5:27 to go in the third period. Quad City Storm back in offensive ice. Big face-off here is won and sent out by Fayetteville. And a takeaway, but they blow the play dead. And it looks like a too many men on the ice penalty called on Fayetteville. With 5:16 left in this tie game. Now they'll talk about it. Well, that looked like the motion. 5:16 left in a tied third period. Now the discussion continues. Still nothing up on the board. But it doesn't look like they're going to call a penalty after all. So 5:16 left in the third period. Puck goes down in offensive ice for Fayetteville, and they can't hold the blue line. They win the draw, but give the puck away. 3-3 game as we approach the final 5 minutes of regulation. Leith gets there, near side in his zone. Odd bounce off the corner boards by the puck. Onside collects and sends ahead for Acosta. Little drop pass for Judd, and his chance goes well wide. Chipped out by Quad City. Wilkins sent it forward for the Storm. Looked like they may have gotten away with too many men, so whether there was any merit to that discussion before, all even now. Here comes Barrow. Sent one in off the pads, maybe trying to create something off the rebound. It comes back to him from behind the net. Barrow slings one forward, and it's blocked. Now Wilkins to that puck off the end boards, grabbed by Dalton Hunter, sent to Acosta, and he couldn't let it fly. Vaughn off the boards, not the bounce he was looking for. Barrow intercepted, but couldn't find a teammate on the pass across the zone. And the potential chance from that negated. Lambert to Love. And now up into offensive ice, onto a Quad City stick. 5-man pile up in front of the benches. And sent back to the Fatbacks. They'll chip in for Fayetteville. Rimmed right back in deep by Mokovich. Nolan goes to work. Gritz is there as well. And Ryan Nolan has the puck. From behind the net, looking for the far side, gloved by Moran. And he was excellent yesterday, putting together a string of solid saves on a couple of back-to-back sequences now tonight. Just 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in this third period. They'll step aside for a final time. Shots even, 25. Score even, 3s. Fans are loving it. Another fantastic game between the Storm and the Marksmen. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in period number 3. And yet again, we're gearing up for a one-shot difference between these two teams this season. Puck behind the net, sent forward and grabbed out of the zone off the stick of Lackney. He lost it for the Storm. Returned right back in by Love. Moran gives to his left, and they'll send it ahead out of the left side of the zone. Stretched across for Vaughn. He's met by Fayetteville at the near side boards. And Barrow sends it across his own zone. Pass was behind Acosta, so had to go back to retrieve it and settle things down. Now 2:40 left on the clock, and brought in by the Storm. Lackney behind the net. Went around the perimeter. Sends it to an open corner. And now here comes Fayetteville. Alex Gritz with a couple of points in this third period. He'll get to the puck behind the net, but not before Fournier can. And Fournier sends it out. All the way down ice. This should be no icing as the puck slowed down before Parody could get to it. Gave it to Wilkins. And the Fatbacks go the other way, but Nolan's pass wasn't on the tape of Monkovich's stick. And Fayetteville guilty of icing with 2:08 left in this tied third period. A massive D-zone draw upcoming to the right of goaltender Ryan Kenny. Fayetteville, of course, not able to change off of that icing. And they wouldn't need to. Gritz wins the draw. A hard ramp off of the glass will not result in another icing. That was maybe supposed to be one. Onzai frees the puck for Monkovich. Right back onto his stick. Onzai couldn't carry it to the slot. Right back into the corner. 1:40 to go. Tied third period. Teams battle along the far corner, deep in Quad City territory. Leaf to Love. Back across for Nolan, and it exploded off of his stick. Has to close the wall, takes the puck away. Here's a chance, high slot to the left side, and a backhander off the side of the net by Tyler Love. Just 80 seconds to go in the third period. Will we need extra time tonight? Puck rolling in on Kenny, and he'll cover it up for the whistle with just 73 seconds left on the game clock. 4-3 was the final yesterday. 72 seconds left in regulation. 3-3 game between the Storm and the rebranded Fayetteville Fatbacks. Shots nearly even. This game has been so all night. Fayetteville wins the face-off. Barrow across to Acosta. He gloves and settles and sends in deep. Barrow falling down. Wouldn't expect to get a penalty call at this point in the game. For either side, that is. Puck taken ahead by Dalton Hunter to Barrow. Feeds the slot, and Acosta can't let it fly. Barrow to Hunter. Scores! Dalton Hunter makes it 4-3. Fatbacks, 51.3 seconds left in the third period. What a finish for Dalton Hunter's second goal of the game. And he's got 9 on the season. None as big as that one yet so far this year. A back and forth game all night. And 51 seconds left on the clock now for Quad City to try and find an answer. What a season for these Fayetteville Marksmen returning players. Now a collision in front of the Storm bench draws a crowd. But my goodness, you take a look at the sheet. Of course, Grant Loven had a massive year last year. It started off so hot that he was poached by the Adirondack Thunder. But Austin Long, the stat line on that man in the beginning of season number 2. Tyler Barrow, of course, he's a well-tenured pro. His number's been excellent this year. Extra attacker on for the Storm. Monkovich chips it out. And towards the empty cage, it goes just wide. Finishing off that list, though, Monkovich with a monster season so far and a big weekend. And Dalton Hunter as well to finish off some of these returning marksmen that have been so incredible so far in this season. In game number 16, we've seen it through that many. Well, Ryan Kenny jumped up and snagged that puck before it could create anything else. With 18.3 left on the clock for period number 3, the extra attacker remains out on the ice for the Quad City Storm. And we will see if they gear up to take a timeout or not. As the whiteboard is out over on the bench, and there's 3 players on the ice in front as well, and now it is officially called. So expected that to happen. Now they will start that clock for the timeout. 18.3 seconds left in the third period. And how thrilled would Tyler Barrow be, oddly enough, to not get that penalty that he was hoping to get called, as it would have potentially stopped play on any Quad City possession. Instead, the marksmen are able to take the puck back behind the net. The sauce pass over the outstretched Quad City Storm player, laying on the goal line to get the puck to Dalton Hunter. And he fires it home. .3 left to go. The Quad City Storm with a final push. Extra attacker out, 6-on-5. They take it in front and can't connect on the one-timer in the crease. Matson across left side, out of the zone it comes, and they'll have to regroup quickly. Smirnov wants to re-enter. Wilkins takes the puck, 3 seconds left on the clock. He'll hold. And that is a Fayetteville Fatbacks win. 4-3 over the Storm. Second straight night with a storybook ending for Fayetteville. Bottom of the 9th round of the shootout yesterday, and game-winning goal after falling down more than once in this game with 50 seconds left in regulation tonight off the stick of Dalton Hunter. You really can't write it up much better than that. Unfortunately for the Quad City Storm, their woes continue, and now they fall without a point. On the other side, looking at this game and this weekend, Fayetteville may have been lucky to get a point, let alone 2 yesterday, after how things went at different stretches of the game. And now tonight, they earned that extra point, but Quad City not getting any to go home with and think about before tomorrow's matinee. 4th straight game with a power play goal for the Fayetteville Marksmen. We'll take you back through the scoring here on Fayetteville's side. Dalton Hunter got it going from Tyler Barrow and Ryan Nolan. Alex Gritz then got it back in the third period in the second period, after Quad City had gone ahead to tie it. Alex Gritz from Barrow and Lambert. Second goal for Fayetteville. Third goal for the Marksmen, John Makovich from Alex Gritz. And the game-winning goal off the stick of Dalton Hunter. Assist, at least the primary, to Tyler Barrow, and Alex Wilkins credited with a secondary assist. Well, another sweet victory for the Fayetteville Marksmen. Fans with tickets to this game can take them to Fayetteville area Sweet Frog locations for 50% off their bowl with the showing of their ticket for the next 24 hours. Well, they will present the Bubba's 3 stars of the game now here in the building before we will say goodnight and look ahead to tomorrow. Third star of the game with, looks like, 2 assists tonight, Tyler Barrow. Looking for a target. Lots of fans waiting for that shirt. And a lucky fan in the second row gets one. Well, now set to announce the second Marksman star of the game, presented by Bubba's 33. We'll see who comes out of that tunnel. Number 15, Alex Gritz. Alex Gritz with a goal and an assist. You'd have to think that the first star of the game is now up on the board with the game-winning goal, Dalton Hunter. First star of the game. Well, what a finish that was. And Fayetteville with 3 goals in the third period to best Quad Cities 1. The Storm score in each period, but not enough. 3 third period goals for Fayetteville to power them ahead to 2 more points in the standings. Take a look out of town, 1-1 tie between Huntsville and Evansville at the end of the first period. Go ahead and turn that one on and enjoy the rest of that one from Evansville. For now, Eric Konwinski saying thank you so much for tuning in and spending your Saturday evening with me here from the Crown. We'll catch you back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern for the final of this 3-and-3.